I'm a single foster dad, fostered more than 47 children. Let me tell you all the truth about how I feel alone or feeling like I'm on the island by myself and nobody knows where I am. Let me tell you the history of how I began feeling lonely. As a little boy, I could not run away from abuse. As a street kid, I had to feel lonely because I had nobody to protect me or protect anyone. And even when I was taken in, I always felt alone because I didn't belong. And then I come to United States. So you can see the history of feeling alone, being in a place where you never feel you belong or you have family. And that has been the story of my life. I've always wanted to be a parent, but I had no idea that I would have to do it by myself. Here's why. I've always been behind in everything. By the time I was in grade 1, I was already 16 years old. So for me, I've always been behind. And by the time I was 35, I thought, I'll get married. Well, that didn't happen. At 40, I knew that wasn't coming soon. So I decided to be a single foster dad. But little did I know the challenges that will come. And this is my honest truth. Many of you know me. We have 4 million people that follow us. But I'm gonna show you and journey with you what it feels to feel alone and to parent alone. And I know there are so many single moms and single dads that feel the same. But for me, I wanna tell you the raw side of parenting alone. When I moved to the United States, of course, I came by myself. I've gone to school where it's just me alone. I've lived in states where it's just me alone. And so the loneliness has always been part of what follows me. Not like it bothers me, but it's all that I know. And for us who are on stage, yes, you are known by hundreds of people. But when we walk off that stage, you're just alone. So when I became a foster dad, I knew it's a journey that I walk alone. But I had no idea the toll, the difficulty that would come alongside. How do I feel alone? Think about, you're a parent to kids who have trauma, who don't have family, who've been cut off by their family as well. But also you're a family or the only dad that has no family at all. So you're parenting kids who have been cut off from family and you're just you alone. And so you can imagine how that feels when you have kids who go through trauma and you don't have someone to say, hey, am I crazy or are these kids crazy? That you have to think about that, process yourself and come to the conclusion by just you alone. And for me, that's been my journey. You know, when things go wrong, it's not like I have number 2 to ask like, hey, what do you think? No, it's just me alone. And that can be truly difficult sometimes. For example, in the days like this, you know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, those are the hardest journey or days I can tell you. For me, Thanksgiving, like I wish I had a family to say, hey, here's how you cook turkey. Oh, by the way, here's what you need to have to the stuffing. Like, no, I have to Google it, think about it, and cook it. But so are my kids. Yes, we have family and we've tried to make, you know, tradition ourselves for sure, but it can be lonely when you live in a world where nobody ever says, hey, guys, you don't have to cook on Thanksgiving. You can come to our home. To me, that's something I wish because I see people traveling to meet their family. For us, or for me, I have no one to travel to. Neither do I have someone to come alongside us to see and journey with us. We've learned how to deal all that by ourselves. And that is hard as a single dad. That is hard as an immigrant. And that's hard when you have kids who feel the same way, always alone. It really feels like you live on an island and nobody knows how far you are or what clue your island is all about. But they get to see you from afar. Hey, there's an island that everyone sees, but yet no one really understands what goes on there. And that is the sadness for me as a single parent. And I'm being honest, as men, sometimes we feel like, I can tackle this, I can do this. But here's the honesty. Sometimes it feels so alone that I wish I had someone to say, Peter, here's how you do hair. Peter, here's how you cook a different meal from your kids. Peter, can I take a kids from you for a day so you can breathe and feel? Like, no, all that I have to deal with myself. Here's my honesty. This Christmas, I can buy every present for my kids because they know what they want, because they know what they deserve too, absolutely. But also it's a culture where we remember and we're there for others. But here's my honesty. No one human being had said, Peter, what would you like for Christmas? Would you like a card? Would you like a coffee? I'm not complaining. I'm just showing you the loneliness of the world. I don't expect that from my kids. No, they're kids. I get to be there for them and give them all that they need. But some nights I wish on this Christmas someone could say, Peter, what would you like for Christmas? Oh, I don't know. Would you like a coffee to celebrate Christmas? And here's the other part too. Well, my birthday is 2 days or 3 days after Christmas. Do I tell people my birthday? Absolutely no. Why? Because it feels alone that if someone cannot remember you for Christmas, how do they remember you for Thanksgiving or for birthdays? But even my kids do not know my birthday. That's the honesty. Why? Because it's been my history of being alone and you're parenting alone, And I'm sharing, not like I'm complaining, but I'm just giving you the little glimpse of what my life looks like, I know there are single moms there that are, so they work hard so much to give to our kids, especially this season. But I know there are also moms there that nobody else is saying, hey, what would you like? What can we do for you? That is my life every day. 365 days of the year that you have no family, no one to come and say, hey, what is your life like? So for me, if it's a happy day, I have no one to call and say, it was an awesome day. Achievement day, my kids achieved something, I don't have something to say, would you come or would you like to come and celebrate the milestone we made? No, we do it ourselves as family. I'm not complaining, that's not bad at all. And we've learned how to really navigate that. But humanly speaking, when you live in a community, in a world, you would want to be checked on. You would want to be remembered. I come from Africa. We believe in the village. And sometimes my village is so far away that they have no clue what it entails for me. And I'm being honest. A cup of coffee in 1 year could make the world for me. If someone said, hey, Peter, it's Thanksgiving, or it's Christmas, or it's your birthday, I would like to take you for a coffee. That would mean the world for me. Because in the last 10, 15 years, nobody has ever done that for me at all. And I'm not complaining again, but I'm just sharing the journey, the loneliness of feeling like you live on an island, that we love what we do. We care, absolutely. But it's that feeling when everyone's saying family, family, and you're like, man, I wish I had one friend that can say, hey, Peter, it's your birthday, happy birthday. But also I'm grateful for you as well, because you get to do that for my kids. You're like that distant cousin, that distant uncle, when their birthdays that you cheer them up. When it's Christmas, you bought all the presents for them. And we appreciate that, absolutely. But I'm being honest as a parent, the loneliness of living every day. And remember too, I'm parenting kids with trauma. So there's a lot of trauma on a daily basis that you're dealing with. And doing it alone, boy, it is not easy, it's hard. That's truly the truth of my life, that I wanted to show you how to live on an island and feeling it and smelling it, feeling alone. It's not fun, So you might be listening out there, you say, yeah, you're joyful, absolutely. You're happy, absolutely. You have tradition for your family, absolutely. We all have that. But it's that wish, you wish you had someone to check in on you. You wish someone to say, it's Christmas, Peter, we care. I get those comments, absolutely. But in real life, a human to a human, that's what we all need. That's the important part. And that's the journey of single moms and for us single parents, that we don't really share or tell every day how miserable it is sometimes to feel like you're on an island, that you don't exist. As I said, this Christmas, I'd be lucky, if someone could remember and say, hey, Peter, did you get anything? Not like I'm looking for anything. I got my kid, that's my best present. But that reality, the honest truth of parenting alone, being in a country where you don't have family. I'm a foreigner, I'm an immigrant. It's not like I have a family next door. No, it's just me, And I would like to change that one day. But also too, I wanted you to know, for you guys out there who get to see the joy and you admire what we do. We love what we do, absolutely, But at the same time, there's the hidden part, the unseen areas, and that is my unseen, ripping off the curtain and showing you the truth, the honesty of feeling alone, feeling like you're on an island, also feeling like you give 99.9, but you wish you could get 0.5 back to you, I cannot expect that from my kids, but yeah, sometimes I wish I could have someone say, I don't know, you cooked a meal, that was delicious, good job. So you might be there listening to me and say, oh, poor Peter, yes, it's a life I chose for sure. It's a life I chose. But here's what I'd like you to do. Remember someone in your family. You don't have to do that for me, but for someone in your family. A single mom, a single dad, a grandparent who's alone, a grandma who are older and they are on their own or they're in a nursing home, to remember that they're humans. Call on them, check on them. Say you care about them. Give them that coffee. Most time they're not asking for presents or anything, but just give them a coffee. Let's be a village to those who sometimes feel there's no village for them. Let's give a village to those who are so far away from us. As I said, I'm on stage, I got hundreds and millions of followers, but that does not mean that there are people in my life every day that come to my home. So let's not assume. Let's be there for those who need, especially single moms. It's a hard job that we get to parent every day alone. Call on them, check on them, especially on days like this. Do something special for them. Remember them.